practice this also forte. Forte. And I want you to practice not, in many instances when we play soft, we shrink and we get tense because we think that this will give us less sound. It will give us less sound, but it will give us a poor quality sound. You understand? Softness does not mean pale and does not mean surfacing. Okay? Try it once again. Forte. Now I want to hear it forte. No, but not an ugly forte. Yes. Yes, forte. Yes. Try this fingering. Yes, again. I want to hear several times this. From here up to here. Again, again. From here, from the beginning. No. Leave the knife. Again. From the beginning. Again. Yes. Okay, without looking at the music. 3 and 2. Okay. Free. Yes. Okay. So even though this is now a little slower, you can, like you have made your little chart here, from a slower tempo to a faster tempo, without losing the ease, the effortlessness, the confidence about this. Try it again using this fingering. 3 feet. Yes. Once again. Yes. But they sound a little lazy. Not that they're slow. Yeah, much more energy into the sound. Without being labored. Okay, go on. Bottom of the keys. No fear. Okay, go on. When we want to conquer something, we never do it through fear. Trying to build the confidence, taking a chance, and gradually working for liberating this motif from any tension, getting the precision, but without the fear. Otherwise, we will never get it. Try it again. That's much better. Okay, let's try to do this, changing the color so that we spoke about this. The second time is slightly different. And now we repeat the question. Try it again. Okay, now let's try to pick up a little bit of tempo. Rely on your bow. Ah, that's right. Let's get it there.
Do I connect
Yes.
this entire?
Yes. That's yes. Close to the keys. Yes. Release. Better. Bottom of the key. Release. Don't rush it.
Is it because I'm afraid of it? Yes.
You're afraid of it? Also, it is difficult. We don't have enough agility, and you need to work for getting to the bottom of the key and developing this agility. But it can happen only if you release any tension. Yes. Yeah, why so? Speak it. Just the left hand alone. Yeah. Okay, let's do this voice. Release. Not much. Yeah, do it again. Okay, now add this. Yes, it's very minimal so that you don't have this. Okay, I want to hear this. Okay, without blaming, now I'll give you a little drill. Now opposite. Supple wrist. Again from the forefinger. Yes. Let me hear this. Let me hear this in 40. A little bit more supple wrist. Okay, let me hear only this voice now. Yeah, only this voice. Pick up a little bit the tempo. Free body. Yeah, I want to hear it many times. Totally without being self-conscious about it. Like it's the easiest thing in your life. Keep doing it. No. Just this motif. Like you feel it's a piece of cake. No. Just this measure. Same thing. Many times. Until you really feel that this is very, very easy for you. How does this feel now?
It feels better.
Absolutely.
So is this my emotions that's really...
Not only emotions. It's not only emotions. When we're doing this, what we're doing right now, you're playing this physically correctly. You're releasing tension from here, you're going to the bottom of the key. At the same time, you're doing it in a confident manner. So it's not only emotional, you're playing this correctly. Okay? Now, add the other voice. Same measure. Many times. Okay, I want to hear this now in forte. No, but not ugly. Okay, this voice always remains less, regardless what dynamic we play. So the proportions remain. This is less. Again. It's not enough. This is sforzato. This is like an echo. You touch the finger. Yeah, no, you're mumbling. You're not going to the bottom of the key. Okay. Leave the second voice. Do it exactly what we did before. Yes. Now do it with the second voice and bring the same feeling. Better.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's right. So, as you see, we spoke about this last time. it is mastering every element of the performance and finding the correct physical expression which works in conjunction with a correct artistic expression. So it's what we're doing is not only a physical thing, we are finding the most confident and comfortable physical solution in order to bring the right artistic solution. Artistic and physical expression, they have to be the same. Yes, try it again. No, it's not a separate tara. That's already better.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, both hands here.
I need to get my mind to organize.
You see,
that.
exactly. So when we
Good.
spoke last time about practicing separately hands, we spoke about the necessity of developing independence of these both elements and freedom of these elements, so that when we put this together, there is no problem. You understand? Now, your left hand is much more confident than your right hand in the moment. Can you play for me your right hand? Yes, but you notice here that he's not connecting this little. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a separate gesture. It's just a separation of the fingers. Yes, I would like you to keep this fingering, the editorial fingering.
I wasn't using the 5/4, the one that was handwritten. I was actually using the 5/3.
Yes. Yes. What is this? This is 5/3. That's right. And let me see. It's on the same bow, but separate. That's right. Separate the fingers, but on the same gesture. That's right. Okay, let's put both hands together.
I gotta think. Did I lift my left hand correctly?
Yes.
Sorry, my line means.
Yes. Now let's try only up to here. What I'm doing now, I am teaching you how to study. You understand? How to learn. Because it's very important when you sit at the piano to know what to do. It's not just repeating the notes without understanding.
Because if it's wrong, it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get, in fact, worse.
Absolutely. Not only. You have to reinforce correct reflexes.
Yes.
That's right. And to make sense, musically and physically. Okay? Up to here. Both hands. Stop.
Where should I stop?
Stop
again?
here. Again, many times. But when you repeat this, you think about it. It's not a mechanical thing.
Sorry.
Okay, now I want you to play this as well and stop here.
Yeah, I got it. Obviously,
Yes.
I can't just
Yes.
put it all together.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, no, you're doing very well. You remember what we did? We do it step by step.
Oh.
First we did this down, pam, pam, do it again.
Sorry.
Uh-huh. Make it very, very easy for yourself. Right. That's right. Exactly. Now, add this note and stop here without this last note. Yes, without mumbling. Again. Yes, and when you play this with a good quality, so we hear this. Yes. Again. Yes. Yes, feel how easy it is. Don't mumble. Okay, now add this note. Yes, several times, just to make it. You see, when we repeat this, we don't do it in a mindless fashion. We are repeating this so that every time you have more confidence, the sound has better projection, and every time you feel that you know it. There are many instances when students play in an insane fashion, just repeating, but they don't think about it. This is not a good way of practicing. The reason we are repeating this now is to get more and more to internalize what we talked about. Okay? Try it once again, just at measure. Bottom of the key. Yes, I want more projection. Da-da-da. Yes. Keep. Yeah, da-da-da-da, not shallow. Yes, this is getting better. When we work, we're at the same time the student and the teacher. You're your own teacher and you're a student. When you play this, let's say, you ask yourself, on the scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable am I? How good is it? And if the answer is 7 or 8, even if it's 9, it's not enough. Even if it's 9 plus, it's not enough.
9.5 is not enough. 9.9 is not enough. 10.
Yes, because this is for your own sake. So that when you start playing, it will never betray you. And at the time when we are making it comfortable with the hands, we are also making it artistically right. We are working at the same time on all components of the performance. It's not like, now we're going to learn notes, then we're going to learn the dynamics, then we're going to put the expression. It doesn't work this way.
Together. Let's do it.
Absolutely. It's like when I gave you the idea of reading a poetry and spelling.
IWENTOUTTOTHETHEZE.
Exactly.
I went out to the Hazelwood.
That's right. That's exactly right. So it's the same thing. Okay, let's try to hear this measure again. Yes. Now put it together. That's better. Yes, but you remember this? There's no filler. detach from the first to the second note. It's getting better. Yes, let me see this. Yeah, but good projection. Into the keys. Okay, now let's do this. Go down forte. Feel the tip. Yes, the speaker starts. Okay, now right hand alone. Yes, it's already better. Yes. Yes. Doesn't it feel better?
Yeah, it's more
Yes.
confident. So like,
Absolutely.
I should have just approached it with fear because I was a little bit scared of those.
You are scared, but also you are not physically playing it correctly. Right? Okay? Now, only the right hand again. Let's try push a little bit the tempo. Feel you're placing. That's right. Into the keys. That's it. Into the keys. Yes, feel the length of your fingers from. Yes. Much better. Yes, so exactly what we did here, for example, having this, and then making a little drill. Yeah, through the whole keyboard. Now do the same thing. Yes, back straight. No, it doesn't speak enough. Feel the leg. Yes. Yes. Now, da 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 da. Yes. Yes. So, let me see now this right hand alone. No, no, this is not like a. Yeah, and without an accent. It's an upbeat, yes? Yeah, you see, this, you don't have yet the independence here, the fingers. Back straight. No, it's too shallow. A little slower. Yes. But directed to the. Yes. Yeah. And it's not necessarily again. Yeah, let's have more line here. That's better. So you see what kind of a detailed work you need in order to invest correctly into the piece. Because otherwise, I know you're going to spend many hours on this piece, but the time that we spend now, every time it's going to get better. You understand? Otherwise, you're not moving forward with your ability to play the piece. Okay? And this is a tricky beginning. Okay, let me see what is happening here. It's a little too nervous. Yes, try it again. And also you're leaning toward the piano, which takes away some of the strength. Yes? Yes? emphasis in the top. Yes? Yes, okay. To hear this as a passage. Ya ra 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 ra, spoken until the end. That's better. Much better. Okay. While this is better, this left hand, as we spoke, needs to be worked
Yeah, I
on.
didn't get to harmony now.
Yes, and starting from a slower tempo, really mastering this so that it gets really comfortable and accurate. Okay, let's go from here. Don't crush. Now, let me hear a good melody. Yes. Open the sound. Yes. You remember we spoke about this, that this is not legato. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it sounds a little bit like an etude. Da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Melody. Yes. Don't lose the right. Don't rush. Listen to
Sorry.
everything like a melody. Yes. Yes. Once again, I want you to feel the participation of this large muscle so that there is no tension here or tension here. You bring in all this strength from here into the tip of the finger. More brilliance. Right hand up. That's good. Yes. We spoke about the balance here because the left hand is using a heavier register. So you have to listen very carefully so that you don't swallow your right hand.
Sorry.
Try it again. Don't sweet. Yes, all these places. First of all, here you are making this rest much longer. Can you start from here? No, too long. Yes. Okay. How happy are you with this trill? That's better. Yes, but it's on the scale 1 to 10 is somewhere around 7.
Not
Divided-
a 7. In my opinion, it was like a 1. A horrible 1.
Well, yeah.
Not a 1. That's a little too much.
Yeah. The clarity of speech, you are tensing up at the trill and you are losing the articulation as a result. Better? But you need to work from a slower tempo into the faster tempo. Yes? Better? Right hand. Free shoulders. Okay? So, this kind of attitude in your work, so that every element is brought as much as possible to perfection of the moment. Because perfection in general is not possible. We can always do better.
Yeah.
So, but if you feel that you are hesitant, if you feel that you are struggling, this means that you don't have it yet. Okay? So, this is very much better. Let me hear now.
The block.
Yes. Where is the Chopin? Excellent.
So right now, like regarding the pieces, like you last time said about something about stage plan, something like thinking of the characters, and I think that it's a really good idea to plan it rather than just play it empty-handed, play it just to notes, because in my opinion,
Absolutely, it has to have an idea, the same way the composer had an idea in order to write a piece.
I had to search this on the internet, and it was based off of this disastrous trip he took to Majorca, Spain, according to the internet.
Yes, but it is not necessarily a reflection of the disastrous trip. Because this piece, we'll talk about it, let me hear it. evaluation, considering everything that we have talked about last time and now, how do you feel about this piece, and what do you think you can improve artistically, pianistically?
Well, in the beginning it was a little bit better, but then towards the middle section, things started falling.
In which respect?
I believe I wasn't playing the keys enough.
Yes, so not only there, also when you had this left hand here, it was your...
You mean the C sharp minor section?
Yes, that was very, very surfacey. All this section here, not only here, right here, yes, that was very, very thin, yes. So, this is speaking from on the pianistic level. On the musical and artistic level, tell me, what is the character of this?
Well, it's very contrasting.
But in general, what is the personality of this piece?
It's quite delicate.
It's delicate. Also,
graceful.
What other words can you use?
Graceful.
Graceful.
Elegant.
Elegant. Also, as a mood. What's the mood?
Dreamy.
Dreamy, yes. I always think of this as like a blossoming flower. Like a flower that opens up. And it is true that you said when Chopin was with Georges Sand in Palma de Mallorca in Spain, and it was supposed to be a
really nice place.
Yes, but the weather turned out to be awful, and the living conditions, etc. But he wrote incredible masterpieces. He wrote this ballad, he wrote this third schedule, he wrote the preludes there. So he was very, very creative in spite of...
Wait, the third scherzo, this was it based off of the same story?
No, there is no story. It was based on the same time. There is no actually, only first and second ballad have some literary references, but as you pointed out, this third scherzo, how different it is in a mood than this.
Well, the scherzo was also, I mean, it's not as contrasting. I mean, they're two moods, you know.
Yes, that's and it's like a chorale, but the general character of that piece is very heroic.
Very stormy, quite
yes,
stormy.
While this is very lyrical. Now, I would like you to put on a smile of this opening. Very happy. Yes, and where is, excuse me, that was very much better. Where is the destination of this phrase? Yes. So, instead of tensing up there, loosen up and bring the color of that sound. Yes. So, this is like a dialogue, right? You have a question. Yes. And then you have the answer. Now, what is the meter?
6/8.
6/8. So, since we have one downbeat per measure, this was very good. But then here, you turned it into 3/8.
So I was feeling it in 2 then, each part.
You're thinking in 2 downbeats per measure. And you look at this slur, which Chopin indicates that it is one gesture and it's one line. So, while we're trying to be mezza voce, which means
Half voice.
which means that it's very delicate, has fragility, but it has the sunshine. So, we don't want to be loud, but we want to have a quality of sound that gives color. And as we see here, we have 1, 2, 3 voices. Here we have 4. Here we have in the chord 5, 6. And we spoke about about this last time, that each finger, each voice has its own color, like if you were a singer. Yes, can you try once again? Opening, gentle. Yes, now why are you going like this through the piano? If, for example, if you don't have a piano here, okay, it's just, how comfortable is this to you?
It's not nice.
It's not okay, so when you are going like this to the piano, you are actually pressing. It's like a singer who, instead of having an open lungs, goes like this. So you are pressing actually your lungs. You are pressing, you're shortening the distance. Exactly. So instead
sitting
of
closer will help, because today's the teacher at the master class told me that sitting closer would actually prevent you from leaning forward, because when it's far, I just have to.
Yes, but this is not the reason. You're not sitting badly. This is not the problem. The problem is that the reason you are leaning to the piano is not because you are far. Even if you pull this close, you will still lean because it's a result of tension. You're physically tense. This is why you are leaning. You understand? Of course, if you're too far, it's inevitable that you want to be closer. But the way you lean is not to reach closer to the keys, but you are pressing yourself. You know what I mean? You're losing this kind of freedom. Yes? Try it again. Right now. Do you hear this? One gesture. You see, now we didn't move the bench closer, but you played correctly. Okay? Now, I really want you to think in terms of two characters talking to each other. I don't see enough transformation, emotional transformation. Bring the soprano and then. Yeah, so your partner in this dialogue is not 100 years old. It sounds sluggish. Also, this is the end. Yes. The tempo is allegretto. It's not moderato. You understand? So A, we're in 6/8. Look how long is the slurs, the line are, correct? And also it's allegretto. So it has swiftness about it. Try it again. Yes. Yeah. It's not da 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 da. You're eager to get there to the top. Fa mi. Yeah. Remember this flower that's opening up. Yeah, but F is not smiling. You're not looking forward to it. Yes. So you have. Yes. Try it again. Feel the space after T. Now, I want to keep. Yes. I want you to have this joyful, not joyful enough, joyful arrival. Yes. No retard. Once again. Gentle. Legato. Yeah, but why killing you?
Sorry.
This is a new sentence. We're speaking in sentences. It's like if I ask you to talk and I tell you don't take breath. You know, just speak on one breath. Okay? Try. Yeah? And don't think of tira, papa, tira. Yes, feel the dance. This is. Yeah, ta ta. Yeah, but here, ta ta. Papa.
That was nice.
Yes, so that you really taste this ta ta, ta ta. The beauty of this rhythm, ta ta, ta ta. Yes, try it again. Pedal off, no? Lift the pedal before you. Don't connect the pedals. No, before you start. Pedal off. Yes. It's very minimal, this distance. Right? Otherwise, yes. So it's a second phrase, second sentence. Try it again. You're doing another gesture instead of yes. Show me the right hand. And much less here inner voices. So this is the destination, right? So this is like a large upbeat going in. You lean to this note. The rest goes there. No, you're too heavy, yes? Yeah, why? You remember we spoke, this is the one with the piano seat. Don't take it out. Piano, piano, piano. Yes, so there are no retards. From the beginning until here, we have two sentences in the same spirit. And then there is something surprising happening. This fucking young. Yes. So let's hear this like one beautiful